We're going up live. Okay.
There we go.
And let's see.
All right, I got it.
And we'll be live streamed to YouTube at some point. And
Yep,
that'll be
it's
cool.
on. We are
It's
live.
on. Yay, we are live. Okay, so it's Screaming for Vengeance, episode 10 of Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea, second edition, which will soon just be called Hyperborea because we've back third edition, which is probably not that different from second edition, but what the heck? It's cool. And Jeff Delaney.
Wait, did we all back it? Because I know I did.
I backed it. Anybody that didn't back it, don't say anything because that'll. Anyhow, okay. So anyhow, we left off a month ago. I think last time we played was the 9th of September, so a little more than a month ago, and then schedules got busy. With you guys arriving on the ship, the ship got turned invisible by Knowles. You heard him talking to some sort of demonic something, which kept on changing shape. That really kind of turned the ship invisible. And there was some kind of talk about 3 days for 3 souls. And you guys took your horses, the 5 horses, which I think are still a little bit emaciated. You've got Boog with you. And you had the captain, McReady, first mate, Blair, and 20 other people. And of course, Knowles. And as Mizgit was going out exploring, he ran straight into a very giant white ape. I think it might have been the 4-armed variety. I can't remember. I think it might have been very tall, and which ran after him. He ran back. I think he actually conjured up a horse to escape this thing. Knowles and about 10 or 11 other people went running one way, and the rest of you stayed. Arngrim stood his ground
to help Mizgit and got partially mauled by the ape, but we managed to kill it.
You managed to kill it, and then you managed to cross this giant bridge which connects where you are to the other across the entire lagoon or inlet to the other part of where the major part of this city, which just seems to be ancient and grown over with vines and quite large, is. And as you cross this bridge, about halfway, you discover a body of one of the other men that went running. You turn him over and you found these sort of like thorn dart sort of things in his chest. And as you're just stepping off the bridge with Dietrich and Mizgit in the front, Dietrich using his tracker or his wilderness sense, missed these plants, which have these like sort of heads, flowers on these stalks, which turned to face him and Mizgit, shot off some kind of darts or thorns, hit them both in the chest. They both went completely rigid and are paralyzed. And I failed to mention they are awake. You guys are conscious. You are aware of everything that's going on. You just can't move a muscle. So you can hear, you can feel. It's a dream come true.
Yes.
What's less scary? What's more scary than that? Nothing. And so, and then what happened was the base of these plants started to crack open. Vines snaked out from the other part of the base of these plants. They grabbed Dietrich and Mizgit and started dragging them towards what looked now like gaping maws in the base of these plants. And Arngrim was able to save Mizgit by using his axe and just severing the vine. Torsten and I believe Boog were not quite so successful, almost got this vine, but not quite. And Dietrich gets pulled into the maw of this plant. He takes something like 4 points of damage, I believe, as the maw closes. And that's where we left things off at this point. And Dietrich, I'll tell you this. The inside of this plant it's kind of like translucent, like a good amount of light comes through and you can see sort of like, almost like veiny structures in the sort of translucent walls of the base of this plant. So there's a little bit of soft light filtering in. And as you're dragged in, you can kind of see bones of what looks like another man, complete with a gold tooth next to you and what have you. Yeah, treasure.
Yes.
And but the inside of this plant, while you can see everything, doesn't feel very good. Your skin starts to feel a little odd. So anyhow, I don't think we really need an issue at this point. We're not really technically in combat. Nothing else is doing anything at this point.
How many plants like these are we facing? One that just swallowed Dietrich. A second one that was about to swallow Misget, but whose tendril I caught off.
Thank you.
So that
Well,
thing is still alive, right? So at
Yeah,
least 2 plants.
I'm gonna try to hack at the trunk of the plant as far away from where I saw Dietrich disappear.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go. You can attack it. Actually, you're gonna have to roll to see if you actually get through the skin of this plant. And while you're doing that,
go ahead.
Arngrim, as you look up and you look see these plants, you can also see now that you're looking around and know what to look for. You can see several other plants. You start seeing 1, 2, 8, 12.
Oh my God.
And they're not. It's not like running the gauntlet, but they're out there.
Right.
But now you start to see where they are.
Right, but
but right next to you guys, just these 2.
Right, so there's like a range at which they attacked us. So none of the others are close enough, I suppose.
It doesn't seem that way.
Yeah. So afraid that there might be more firing of thorns, I'm gonna approach with my shield before me. I'm gonna try to hack the plant that was gonna eat Misget, right? Because that's the other plant. Because I see Torsten going for one plant, so I'm going for the other.
Okay. So Torsten, what do you get?
Armor class -2.
I think that hits.
Usually.
9 hit points. 9.
Okay. All right. Awesome. And let's see, Misget, you are just on your back, unable to do anything, which is great. You can hear the shouts of the other men behind you. It says, "Look at this," and McCready is warning the men to look out and watch out and go quickly. And maybe that's what killed Fred, but I don't know, because there was he was still out here. And let's see, that hits for sure. 1 point of damage is not awesome. 20 points total.
That is +4 damage. So
okay,
5. Yeah,
that's better.
Yeah,
that's better. Okay, cool. Let's see, where are we at with these things? I had exactly how many hit points these things had. That went back. Plant. Yada yada yada. Oh, okay, cool. So you haven't quite hacked through the entire thing yet, Torsten, but you're making ground. In the meantime, Dietrich takes another 4 points of damage as you kind of feel like almost like you're this like a sort of acidic sort of stuff is like starting to kind of doesn't feel very good on your skin.
I'm kind of paralyzed right now. So
you're entirely paralyzed, and there's also these other little smaller tendrils kind of like wrapping around you just a little bit, as you're there. That seems to be what's causing part of the damage.
It's also you're getting a nice skin peel.
Yeah.
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 Okay. It's back. Anybody else doing anything? Well, I guess that's all of you.
I guess that's all of us.
I guess Boog will help. And Boog's going to help, I think, try to get Dietrich out because he feels bad. And unfortunately, he rolls a 3.
So let's try it again.
So next round, we got 2 attacks.
Right.
If we're doing it
you do. Right on. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to roll red and blue, and red goes first. All right. So both of those hit, and that's going to be 6 points and then 12 points.
Oh, okay. So you managed to hack that plant to bits.
All right.
And I got armor class 4. Is that good enough?
Oh, yeah.
And armor class -2 again. So
okay. Yeah.
That's a total of 12 plus 4, 16 hits.
Okay, so you managed to split this thing wide open and seeing Dietrich there just like being sort of like wrapped up in these little tendrils. So now you can see him.
All right, so let's get him out of there, guys.
Well, if I lean back far enough, I start to look like Han Solo and Carbon as I start to disappear. That's pretty cool. This is a serious game, kids. So okay, so you're able to pull them out without a lot of fanfare.
And are they alive? Misgut hasn't moved.
I don't know. So I'll lean over and check and try to feel.
My eyes are open, aren't they?
They're
Do I
open.
have eyes? Yeah.
You do have eyes.
Yeah.
You have eyes, but yeah, Mia, you can hear him breathing.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of a shallow sort of breathing. You can hear it. Dietrich's breathing is a little bit more agonized, like he's in some. But other than that, it seems to be doing okay. The rest of the men start to go over, get closer to you guys and look at what the hell kind of plant was that?
Stay close. There's more about.
This must be what hell is forested with.
And then one older sailor, one of the Eskimo-looking sorts of guys that has some of the tattoos on him that look very reminiscent of the ones you encountered earlier on, goes up to one of the plants, takes out a knife, cuts off part. Smells lotus. And starts stuffing parts of these plants in his pocket and like goes over the other ones. So starts cutting this stuff off.
Stay close. There are more of these. If you get too close, they'll fire their thorns at you. And you've seen what they tried to do to Dietrich.
You also notice this older man also like puts a few of these little petals or whatever they are in his mouth, starts chewing nonchalantly.
What the hell are you doing with that?
Oh, this is good for you. Extends life. Makes you think clearly. Spits on the ground, almost like he's chewing tobacco.
And you better hope that doesn't cloud your senses, man. Can't you see we're in the middle of dangerous terrain? Uh-oh, Miska is completely paralyzed now.
So, go ahead.
Two of you, carry Misgad and Dietrich. We gotta keep moving.
So they sort of grumble, but a couple of guys, two each, sort of pick them up and start dragging them.
Thorsten,
Do
what
we
shall
have
we
our
do?
horses still?
Yeah, you
what?
do have the horses.
No.
You do have the horses. You were leading the horses. You could put them
Throw me on the
drape
horse.
them over the horses. Yeah.
So I go
Yeah.
I go over to Thorsten and I start, pointing out. I see some there and there on our path. What do you think?
We're gonna have to see if there's a way of staying out of their out of
the range.
reach.
Yeah.
Out of their reach. Yes, it seemed like they reacted when we got close, because they're not acting up right now.
What if we build fires and fire arrows at them? Try to set them
Or
alight.
at least enough to clear a path. We could do that.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility. There's definitely enough brush around. Even just that bridge itself is pretty overgrown with vines and what have you. And over the course of time, some of them died. There's plenty of dry.
Right. At least hit the plants, right? So we can aim at the stalks we see that fire those darts.
Yeah, you're able to build enough fire to do that and start to set some of them alight.
Wrap some cloth around the heads of the arrows and set them alight and try to hit the
at least try to clear a path, right? Kill the ones that are close to the route we're supposed to follow.
Yeah, you're able to do that without a heck of a lot of problem. Although a few men have to restrain the older man now, who is really upset that they're burning the lotus. And he seems to be a little bit less clear-headed than he told you he was going to be at this point. So it takes a couple of the other men to kind of restrain him, to keep him from running into the fire, to try to put it out. But, it doesn't take too much time.
Pigeon, the best.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Oh no, we just didn't do it, but
I know. We got thought.
This better not be Haga.
Would I sell Haga to a slayer such as you?
Exactly.
I'll tell Macready, keep discipline in your men, or else there'll be food for plants soon.
Hey,
and I just keep going, right? It's like his problem, right?
Looks at your nods, but kind of gives us this look that could kill, so you're not quite
Yeah.
sure. But Mizgit and Dietrich being slung over the horses, as you start, as you are going through this path and like that, Mizgit and Dietrich, you start to sort of come to. It wasn't terribly pleasant being wrapped, draped over a horse. While you now, all you can see is the horse's sides. Your head is kind of banging against it over and over again. But you start to come to. And the smell of horse that has been in a boat for weeks and weeks on end is not awesome.
Oh, no, it is not.
No, and so you got really treated to a up close and personal version of that smell. But you're able to come to after some time, and the feeling starts to come back in your limbs and what have you. Fingers still tingle a little bit. Where the darts actually hit you or thorns actually hit you smarts a little bit, but it's not awful. But that was certainly an interesting experience, especially for Dietrich, I imagine.
Yeah, almost being digested.
Not particularly awesome. It's not long after that, as you start to go through the woods or it's a lot of conifers and what have you, that let's see. There's no observation checks in this game, are there? What's the closest thing to that? Surprise. Yeah. Let's see. Who's the quickest witted amongst you? The most observant.
We are the barbarians are only surprised on a 1d6.
Ah, okay. Good.
And the hunter
Then-
is as well, I believe.
I don't know. I'm just speaking
Not
for
my
what I know. I think
Oh, we
everybody
got-
else is surprised on it too.
But
One or two.
Mizgit's got a good chance of this too, I think.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
Mrs. got a real good chance with this thing here.
Because they're
So let me
treasure and
actually-
shiny.
Actually, I'm going to say that. Yeah, it is in fact Mizgit that notices a glint
Shiny.
of something shiny in some brush and pine needles under one of the trees, under a bunch of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like thorny plants, sort of bushy, thorny, viney plants.
Bramble.
Brambles.
There you go. Yeah, you see a glint of something shiny.
Ooh, all right. Mizgit will just, without even, just push himself off the horse.
Okay. And you're going towards it, I imagine?
Oh, absolutely.
Falls in the heat.
Okay.
I mean, I can't.
Okay.
We weren't at full gallop, right?
No,
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 we're
you were
walking.
just
We're
being
just trotting
walking the
along, yeah.
horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're definitely not full gallop. Okay. Cool. Let's see.
It's a
Where's this thing?
Clydesdale.
No.
Jesus. I mean, it'd have to be, but
What you do come across though, as you start to kind of push the brambles aside a little bit, is you see all of a sudden you see like gems on the ground, like some gold coins with like some heads on them that like you won't recognize, almost look like Hyperborean, but some heads also like that just sort of look like the likenesses of Dagon or Cthulhu that you might see on some blasphemous sort of temples. There's like some what's clearly some jewelry, like a gold necklace with some kind of gemstones in it, and just various coins, even like some kind of sort of figurine. And it seems like some kind of fanciful animal, partly human, partly looks like tiger, but just all in gold, just spread out like, I mean, as if somebody just kind of like poured it.
just kind of dumped it out.
You're gonna dump it out.
Well, I would hate to, let somebody just litter the landscape. And I'm going to start picking it up.
Okay.
As I noticed Miska doing this, I lean over to Torsten and say, well, now we know what to try for the next time. We should have just put some jewels in front of him and he would have woken straight up.
Yeah,
There's
That's-
no one.
certainly that's the magpie, all right. But why is that wealth lying in the middle of the forest here?
Why do you ask questions, Torsten?
Because if somebody dropped it, they probably died. So I'm gonna look for tracks around, see if I can figure out how that loot got dropped there.
Smart.
Okay.
And I will continue to pick it all up. I started with the figurine.
Okay. grabbing the figurine and stuffing this all. And in the
Yes.
meantime, some of the other fellows are coming up on you and said, and McReady's like, you get a quarter. Some of that's ours.
Aye, we remember our deal.
We'll break it out at the end. Don't worry.
Break it out at the end. And it's right about that
Okay.
time that Mizgit discovers, as he's pulling one thing, discovers that like there's still a hand clasped around it, except it's skeletal.
It's skeletal.
And it comes right off the radius null, off. There's nothing else. No rest of the arm, and that pulls away some more of the vegetation. And there's like a vine growing right through the eye socket of the skull.
Nice.
Torsten, on the other hand, doesn't really find like tracks of people, or does he? It's a good question. Actually, no. You do find a couple human tracks that look very, very fresh, or at least like could be a man wearing boots. But they seem to have been running.
But we had a few crewmen who ran ahead. We found one, right? Or did we find all of them?
You found one.
One. So there's some that ran ahead. And Knowles is with us, the necromancer, the wizard, right?
That's correct.
Okay, yeah. Because that's our deal. We got to take him to find his artifact.
So I tell him somebody was around here really recently and they were running from something.
Are they running toward the city or away?
They're running towards the city, or away from the bridge, depending on how you look at it.
In that direction.
Must have been those crewmen who ran. Well, we'll find them soon enough.
And
Pray
some of the
that we-
crewmen help
Pray
Mizgit.
that we
pick up-
found him alive. Yeah.
Some of the crewmen help Mizgit pick up the rest of the treasure, which clearly.
As I see a couple of gems I really like, I will slap a hand. I don't know. Nope, it's mine.
Are you swallowing any of them?
That's a
It's
good question.
If you haven't seen that movie, don't worry. We'll explain it to you later.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Might have to-
I'm
oh,
trying
yeah.
to think if Mizgit would. I think we're okay.
He would,
hasn't seen anything that he absolutely
must have.
needs to have.
But you're able to, after not so much time, clear away, what seems like all this loot that's been dropped down, which is a considerable amount. You start to see like the remnants of like a leather sack that it probably was in, and part of this person's clothes. It looks like it's been here for a while.
Oh, wonderful. That's ancient treasure is way better than normal.
It's a little tough to determine what killed this fellow because he's, his body is pretty much gone except for bones.
Who's trying to figure that out?
Well, I'm just saying, in case anybody was wondering, Mizgit was probably just throwing the bones aside, so there's no real. It's not Dr. Henry Lee. He's just.
I mean,
where's the loot?
To be clear, the really clean ones I will pull for runes later.
Okay,
Like I'll hold on to those for runes later.
Nice. Might as well.
that's nice.
Not waste anything.
And as Torsten, like indicates where the man was running, after a while you can start to see that probably several people ran through this way. Not directly past the corpse, but in that general direction. You see, you start to see like where the vegetation has been pushed aside and broken, and all that sort of stuff. So something or some,
Must have been desperate to get off this bridge. Probably evaded those plants. Lucky them.
Right, Dietrich?
Dietrich, are you okay?
They didn't dally around.
Is your tongue still
picking up these
paralyzed?
gems. Yeah, I'm half digested. I'm down to 6 HP. But I'm looking around the area, highly alert for any signs of vegetation, which I wasn't really thinking about, and predators.
Okay.
Right now. Are we in a clearing area?
No, there's lots of vegetation here, man. You can see as much vegetation as you want. It's mostly big, huge conifers, but lots of brambles and scrub and shrubs.
Are we close to the city by now?
We're getting closer to like you can start to see like some tumble down stones, some of that greenish metal that the bridge is made of as well. A lot of marble and basalt, and you know, and if you continue on in the direction these people were running, yeah, you start to see more and more buildings start to become more evident. You know, looks like you're on the outskirts of the city itself, where things have kind of fallen down a little bit. But not so long after that, you know, you start to see rather large buildings.
Real quick, sorry, Dietrich, what's your CA at?
CA is the caster ability.
Yeah, this is per
Like
my
caster
caster
ability?
ability.
It's your
No,
caster
this is my
ability.
per caster
Yeah.
ability. Yeah, so I'm gonna sling my my ale horn over at Dietrich. You know, and tell him to
I
drink.
grab it in somewhat surprise, look
Yeah,
at you and nod and take a sip out of it.
6 HP, sir. It's 2 for every
Nice.
level of casting ability.
Okay, you see the rash diminish somewhat, and I throw it back and nod to him.
Well, the thing looks like jellyfish things all over your body. Yeah, and then it starts to
Yeah.
diminish a little bit. That's very nice.
Those little sucker marks. But yeah, I'm just really quiet and hyper alert right now.
So,
What the
being
heck?
hyper alert, Dietrich, you notice finally the figure of Null standing on the third floor of one of these buildings, leaning out one of the open windows.
Also, Null's moved ahead.
Look there
It is-
in the window.
Well, looks like our wizard is making some progress. Perhaps he's found what he came for. Let's go there and see. So I guess we move towards that building.
Listen, Terry.
Weapons at ready, and shield and
Yeah.
axe. And
Yeah, there's a huge door to enter this building, which is the doorway is about 11, 12 feet high. There's no door in it. Looks like whatever door was there, if it was wood or whatever, is long since rotted and fallen away. But in the downstairs, you can see like several tracks of several men. So it's obvious that the people that ran away with Knowles ended up in this area. And you can see, after going through a couple of rooms, a set of stairs that kind of wind up, but sort of in a circular pattern. And the steps are big. Like they're a little bit too high for a normal man to comfortably walk up. Not impossible, but just a higher step than you would normally use. You'd have to be taking some pretty high steps to get up these things.
and nothing of value, right? We just look around.
Here, not too much. Doesn't look like there's anything of value. It looks like there's plenty of animals have used this as a dwelling. There's some spoor, which and that sort of thing, and then it looks like some bones, but it looks like the bones of small animals and what have you. But it seems like this has been taken over by animals for a long time.
So
Or like the
Just to
Capitol
make-
building. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there goes my PG rating. Family-friendly rating. Non-controversial rating. All right.
so the steps are more than like 7 inches high.
Yeah.
Kind of standard. You're looking at like what, about a foot or so?
Yeah, about that. Yeah. It's not ridiculous.
So but it's uncomfortable. It's not a right.
Okay,
So-
yeah, on the way up, yeah, uncomfortable. It's gonna wind us, depending on how.
Right.
But anyway, you wonder who lives here.
We used to
Yeah, and
live
I'm
here.
looking about the whole area. You know what I mean? This is the doors, archways, or whatever's. I'm assuming are really large.
Even
Yeah.
the interior archways and stuff are large as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing this place is deserted. Then I wouldn't want to meet what used to live here.
It's a
Let's
city
go
of giants.
upstairs. Might be. Such tales are not unheard of. Let us proceed upstairs. See if we can find our wizard.
Yeah, my weapon is at the ready.
So as you go up the stairs, they're really well carved, but also really quite old. In some spots they're pretty worn. There's some cracks in the wall of the building, which seems to be pretty thick. But it just kind of speaks of the immense amount of time that these things have been here and abandoned. It looks like some of the cracks are actually caused by vines. Some are growing through part of one of the windows. There's some parts of plants extending way inside here. There's some cracks even you can see in parts of the walls and what looks like the final ceiling of this place, because the place you're in right now is sort of like a domed sort of atrium, which goes up at least 3 stories. But there's some cracks in the top. By the time you get up to the 3rd floor, you can see that this is where Knowles and the rest of the men are. And he's got 7 men with him. I believe it was 11 that ran with him. 9 or 11.
Oh dear.
So he's missing a few. At least we found one back there. But
he looks over. It's good of you to join us.
well,
Where's the
We
rest
thought you
of
might have been killed.
looks
A
like
few
rest of you?
unfortunately met their ends at the hands, or then he starts to laugh. Plants don't have hands. Yes.
yes,
A few of them were eaten by the local vegetation.
we noticed. Fortunately, we managed to avoid such a fate. So, Wizard, are you close to your?
I spit on the ground when he says that.
To the thing which you desire?
It takes some searching, but we are in the city. I know it is here. We must search.
We'll follow your direction. Tell us which way you'd have us search. City center, perhaps?
That is the most likely starting point. But we can follow some of these passageways. They will connect the buildings. And he points to a hallway. And you can see, like looking out the window, that hallway literally stretches from one building to another.
So it's like a little bridge, right?
Yeah, like a little bridge which completely covers,
Oh, okay.
even
This is-
with some windows on the sides of it. But it looks like just like it's a way to go from one building to another.
Without going through the street.
Right.
This is a strange city, Knowles. What manner of beings populated it? Giants?
Look, see him last. Long before your troublesome races began to cross the Gulf and then up here, the race of Hyperboreans ruled here for a long time.
I've heard of
Did they
these
build it? Did they
Hyperboreans.
build this city or did they inherit it? I know not. But for a long time, the Hyperboreans ruled and lived here. But it seems that they perhaps did not build all of this city. We are tall people, but we are not that tall.
I see. Well, let us proceed then.
And he points the way, but he doesn't go first.
Of course. I guess that's why they pay us the big bucks. So, yeah, shield at the ready. So we go first, right, Thorsten? Because we had Dietrich first as a scout and Misket too,
Right.
but now we're just looking for trouble, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm not scouting.
Okay,
Right.
I'll back you up. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So I'll
Dietrich,
go
you don't
on
want to
fir-
take point again?
No, he's good, man. He's good.
I'm good for it.
Now, I would start to make a map and say this goes here and that, but it would be pointless because you go on through a maze of different passageways, different buildings. Most of them are just really overgrown on the exterior. Sometimes you'll see the same kind of thing where vines have kind of crawled in. But as you start to go through the city, you realize it's massive.
And the walls are stone, you said?
The walls,
or-
some of the walls are stone. There's some metal of that greenish metal work into things.
Okay.
A lot of it's plain, but in some cases there is some bas relief, carvings in the walls of, what looks like in most cases like some Hyperboreans involved with, some sorts of esoteric tasks and it seems like some kind of some sort of sorcery.
And are the
If I see anything that
halls,
looks like language, I'll call out to the.
are the hallways
mage.
like wide as roads, or they're just like small passages for people? Because I'm guessing there's carts, or there used to be carts and wagons going through the streets, but these are just walkways, right?
There are walkways that you could probably get a couple of horses down abreast.
Oh, so they're pretty big.
So you
Yeah.
probably could get but like a cart, like two carts couldn't pass each other.
Right. Interesting. Sorry, go ahead. You were looking for markings, Dietrich?
Yeah. We can't just walk around randomly
Yeah.
forever. So we need some kind of writing that we can discern, and that's what I'm looking for to point out to the mage. Because, like,
Right.
which way do we need to go?
Yeah, I was thinking of marking the walls, but they're stone and metal,
Yeah.
so I don't think that's going to work. Yeah.
No, I mean, if he has any kind of, if he knows a language, the ancient language of whoever was here, if we can find any language written on the walls.
And unfortunately, barbarians don't carry chalk in their backpacks to mark the passages. So we're too barbaric for that, man.
What
But
is
look-
chalk?
look
You might.
Hey, I'm playing the barbarian. I don't know you guys. Jose and I
But
are playing the barbarians.
I happen to have some bone
Oh,
that
There you go.
might grind a
Get the
marking or two.
divining rod.
You can mark the walls easily enough with some bone.
Yeah.
Knowles catches you doing it at one point. This kind of gives you this disapproving look, but doesn't stop you.
Have an
That's a
elaborate flashback.
Waste not.
It
want not.
is after some time, Dietrich looking for any kind of writing on the wall. You can find one spot with, once again, some carvings on the wall and a good deal of writing around it in some bizarre language. You're not sure what the heck it is. Then again,
Knowles, I get his attention because I can't read it.
can you read any language?
So I beckon him over. Not
I
really.
did not think you.
The language of the
letter
wood.
peoples.
Language.
Looks down and it's like, this is old Hyperborean. Oh yes, yes. And he starts chuckling a little bit.
good news, I take it.
And he says this is actually a treatise on how to treat your human slaves and the various offenses which are punishable by death, dismemberment, immolation.
I take 2 steps backwards and walk away disgusted.
It's like this was carved at a later time in the history of the city after your other races started entering.
Well,
Where do we need to look? Have you no direction? We can follow, and I look over at Magpie. Read the bones. Your runes.
And Knowles looks incredibly insulted at this point. Have I no direction?
as
We
long
play a
as-
dangerous game, Woodsman.
You lead us in circles.
As long as you have, as long as you know the way, Knowles, or we follow. But it's worth taking the precaution of marking the walls should anything unfortunate befall you.
And he takes a couple of moments. He looks at Arner and looks back at Dietrich. Completely ignores Mizga at this point. And then finally turns away with this disgusted look on his face from Dietrich and begins once again to walk forward and point the direction to go.
Yeah.
Now,
Come on, I'm tired of this. And
And
I
to be
just pick
fair,
up and
what
follow suit.
Mizgit is not marking to see where we've been. Mizgit is marking to see where he's checked for loot.
that's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, excellent. So, having gone through several twists and turns, finally you get to this point where Knowles becomes convinced we need to go down. I believe it's going to be under the city.
Under the
Pasture was
city.
obviously one of the temples. I believe our best course of action would be go to under the city to some of the warrens. The city isn't just big above land. It should be massive below.
What would your people want with warrens beneath the earth? It's strange enough that they cover the skies and don't see wind or sun or moon, but lived in darkness like beasts. This is very strange.
So sometimes when you have something of great value, the best protection is to put it underground, to put it someplace where others cannot come and steal it. And he looks right at you.
Right.
Your people might be wise to consider such things.
Should be looking at Mizgit.
Now you should be looking at me because I have the hammer. So
Oh, yeah.
this,
The-
this you say, and with such things buried beneath the earth, block the efforts of sorceress eyes from prying?
It is possible. Then again, here I am with sorcerer's eyes, convinced that what I seek is down there. So maybe not.
True. Very well. Let us proceed.
All right. So he. Go ahead. What was that?
Just because Diedrich is agitated, he's already feeling claustrophobic as it is, but he, straightens this thing. Let's get this done as quick as possible. And follows suit.
All right.
Where's an entrance?
Knowles actually points to a passage. It's not stairs, but it starts to slope down. And
Are there any tracks in the dust, or is the dust of ages flying on this?
it seems to be the dust of ages. Doesn't seem to be very disturbed.
Okay.
In fact, if you start to walk through
sense
it,
or anything hitting us in the face from downstairs? Death and decay or anything?
a little musty.
Must okay. We'll have to leave the
That's
horses
about
upstairs. Yeah.
You can do that. So
Yeah.
as
hopefully
you
they'll be
start
alive.
to descend, the passageway twists and seems to almost spiral in a downward fashion. And it does that. And you're not really sure just how far down you've gone, but it finally leads to a big open room with several different passageways leading off of it. I'm assuming that some people have carried torches so you can actually
Right.
see.
I was about to say, is there any light? Yeah.
No, not as such over here. Although Knowles has cast something on his staff, which radiates an amount of light, but the other men with McReady not being, not wanting to like all crowd around Knowles have also lit torches as well. As you go farther down under the ground. But now you're into this much larger room.
Yeah, I think we'll have Boog light a torch and
Is the torch bearer?
He's the torchbearer.
and
I
stand,
wanted him to watch the horses.
stand between and behind Torsten and Angrim. Right, so he's providing our light for the front rank.
And Knowles suddenly, like, he sits for a while And touches his head, closes his eyes. I believe we should go in that direction. And points to a direction. You have no clue which direction it is at this point.
Right. Are there like multiple branches of this corridors or anything? So we're still.
Yeah, there's like about five corridors actually leading off this much larger room. Pointing in one direction.
Magpie, make sure if you want to see the light of day again, marked our way well.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Proceeding in this direction, you finally come to this spot where there is an opening into a large room again. And the large room itself is rectangular. It goes on for probably about 60, 70 feet. And there are various alcoves off the sides of these room, and which contain what look like coffins, sarcophagi. They're made, looks like of obsidian. There's some carvings on the top and the sides of them, some of that same writing, but just some strange symbols that don't look exactly like writing. But in the room
disturb
itself,
the dead, Mizgit.
We find ourselves once again in a tomb. Everybody be careful this time. Nobody go disturbing anything they don't need to.
I'm screaming.
not
But it wasn't Dietrich, right? It was the guy before Dietrich who went exploring.
That's true. That's true.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, Dietrich learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Lead on. Wizard.
Right on. And at the other end of this much longer room, this long room, there is a door.
Okay, a wooden one that's not decayed, right?
It's not wood. It seems to be of this green metal. Once again, it's a good 11 feet high.
Gee whiz. How does it open? Is it
Hey.
saloon doors or otherwise?
It looks like the hinges are on your side. It looks like it's one big, where the pull towards you.
And here,
McCready.
wizard.
Mr. Dietrich, after you.
McCready, get your men to open that door, and we'll stand ready. And so we stand with shield, and
I'll just stand behind it.
I'll pull a bow and arrow out. Have one notched.
All right. And they have to actually pull and tug at this door. It takes about 3 strong men to really kind of yank at it. And they finally manage to get the door open. And already, as soon as the door starts to open, the magpie can already see kind of glinting coming from inside this room.
Hold yourself, magpie.
And already, one of the men that was opening the door that was closest to being able to see stops opening the door. And
stairs.
We have hit the jackpot.
Well, good thing. Good thing Knowles is only interested in his device, and everything else we get to keep as much as we can carry.
And it seems to be just there's once again gold, there's jewels, there's it seems almost like the horde of looks like almost like a pirate horde. It's ridiculous.
Nice.
The amount of stuff there. It's more than you have ever seen in your life. It's not a ridiculous amount, but gargantuan, but it's
right.
Sort of like, holy mackerel. Are you kidding me?
So I look around, make sure there's nothing here, no guardian to this treasure. Not that I can see.
My ring hasn't, been getting irritating or anything. Has it?
No.
Okay, that's good. It's good.
Not really.
So after I satisfied myself that there's no monster or guardian in this room, I'll start stuffing coins in a sack, coins and jewels, jewels mainly, and some coins too, because coins are good. Maybe
Coins,
I'm doing it at
jewels,
about half
coins.
rate since I'm so
Maybe
weary
some
of
bracers or anything, arm rings that are made of gold, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
No,
and are there any like weapons, armor here?
there are some weapons in that vault or whatever the heck it is that seem to just have like some jewels on the hilts.
All right, so we'll get some of those.
Digging through all this, and Knowles is just sort of like watching this whole proceeding, looking kind of bored. It's like, this is not the right way. I don't understand. Unless there's another way here. And he kind of looks at this, and it's about that time you kind of hear this sort of like sound from like almost every side,
Oh,
and it's sort of this like, emanating from like, it seems like emanating from the walls, from the walls of the big room, from inside this little vault or whatever it is. And trust me, you're not the only ones stuffing your pockets full of stuff. That McReady and his men are all doing that, and they're all starting to look around now.
hush! Do you hear that?
And they all,
I grabbed my axe.
yeah, I never dropped mine.
Perhaps we've
You
taken enough.
disturbed something.
Perhaps we've taken enough. Knowles, is this not the way? Do we go back?
and Knowles is looking around, not completely ignoring you, and all of a sudden you start to see in the room itself like these spectral figures
Oh,
start to
jeez.
emanate like right out of the sarcophagi. Some are coming right out of the sarcophagi. Some are coming right out of the walls. Some are coming out of the walls of the vault that you're in, and they look like men, but it's sort of like they're like kind of just ghostly spectral figures. You can see some like have clothing or armor on. They don't look dead, or have that sort of dead feeling. But as they're coming out of the walls and they're becoming like more and more solid, and you can see they just have claws. Some have claws, or hands outstretched in like of a claw-like manner. Some actually are carrying weapons, and they're starting to materialize more and more. You can still sort of see through them, and they're making this awful, like a moaning, wailing sound.
No.
And the men are freaking out.
We need to leave now.
Knowles,
Ready.
Dietrich, put it back. Whatever it was, put it back.
Oh, dude, I unclenched and dropped. I mean, I'm not no raccoon
yeah.
or anything. So.
Yeah,
One of
run, get out of here, run.
one of the men screams, and you could see there's two of these, whatever they are, like on him, like clawing and scratching him.
Oh,
And
jeez.
at about this point, Knowles takes the hood of his cloak and puts it over him and disappears.
Run
It's time
back.
For, time for initiative.
Yep.
Well, we roll initiative, if we're
Run
gonna,
away.
but it will
Run
actually be
away. The initiative is what? D6 here or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
2-6, 1 for the group.
All right, one
Yep.
for the group. Well, here we go. Everybody says yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
And they're on a 3, so you guys are definitely first.
Well, I'm booking.
Axe
I'm
and
getting there.
shield, and I'm
Yeah.
booking it right out of there. Yes, and since I saw Knowles disappear, Knowles is we're here. We're working for Knowles. The rest of the crew has to sort of take care of themselves, and the less of them they are, the bigger that 25% is. So
And the Knowles might be, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Watching out for your cut.
Yeah, that's fair.
Are you saying that Knowles is a canary in the coal mine? Like if he just runs, you should run.
Yes. Yes.
and it's a good thing that Magpie marked our way. So
Yeah, what
Okay.
good is
Yeah.
steal against ghosts? Let's go.
Marked it.
Okay, so you guys are booking.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good, and the rest of the men are booking along with you. There are no fools. People are scattering, dropping gold and gems
Fun,
everywhere.
fun fact, the barbarians have a movement rate of 50. So we don't
They
have to
do.
be faster than the ghosts.
We
just
have to be faster than them.
Than the other guy.
That's true. That's true. And what kind of rules do we have for chases? Let's see. Jose probably knows the page number.
Yeah, I was surprised Jose hasn't already told us a page number.
I don't know if there was a chase rule per se.
I don't know. Remember, this is a greatest. Talanian said that this is a greatest hits of a couple of editions, right?
Right, exactly.
Because there's some interesting chase rules, believe it or not, in OSC, which was basic and expert.
Oh yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
some interesting chase
Molde
rules.
had some great chase rules actually.
And there were chase rules in 1E, but it had to do basically comparing movement rates. I mean, there was a die rolling, and then if you could like drop something of interest to the bad guys, there's a percentage of them giving up.
Increase the percentage. Yeah. It had to do with number of pursuers and number of people being pursued. It was quite interesting.
And the skeleton in the water with a guy. Remember that? That was the picture. But I'm just wondering if there's any specific chase rules. So we should take a look at that really fast. And if not, then
counter combat. Morale. The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Right. If not, I feel perfectly comfortable adjudicating something, but I'm just wondering if there's anything real specific. And I thought there might be, but I could be very, very wrong.
There's naval combat, strongholds.
This is in the encounters chapter, waterborne expedition.
I think that's where we're the.
Yeah, that should have been before that.
Asphyxia, poison, energy drain, lycanthropy. Anyhow.
Now there may be a fighting retreat that could slow us down if we're doing that. But if I'm running full bore, I'm going to be at 80.
You guys are running full bore. Okay, well, you guys are running full bore. We'll take it at that. And
thanks to Misty.
Everybody starts running, and you can start to hear screams of some of the men that seem to be, and at this point, you guys are Torsten and Arngrim are like up front. I believe beating everybody else.
Did we bring up fighting withdrawal?
I didn't find it.
I did that, man. I don't know what's in there.
It's 254. If may the combat can backpedal at half movement and continue to fight and defend,
or backpedal
or full
simply defend. Interesting.
I believe you. Yeah, that is cool. But you guys weren't in combat or fighting anything.
However, a combatant attempts to run away or flee from hostile situation, he suffers a -2 AC penalty, and each adjacent enemy gains a free and immediate attack.
That's the
chase
initial.
Is given,
movement rates should be compared.
Yeah.
Comparing movement rates. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
40, but if we're running this times 2, so 80.
Right.
You guys
but they're running too, right?
Right. So it washes out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these things are faster.
Yeah. I feel like they're.
But hopefully they stop to chew on the sailors.
Yeah. Unfortunately, these things are a little faster.
Yeah.
So as Arngrim and Torsten are running, you can see some of them like materialize right in front of you, like coming right up out of the floor.
Oh, jeez.
And there's 2 of them right in front of you fellows. And let's see, you guys, should I say they get an attack now at this point, seeing as it was your move and now it's their move?
If you think they can outrun us, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's see, Torsten. So that was a 14 hit.
Charging to them.
This guy's hits an armor class of 2, Torsten.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry, it's Arngrim. Torsten does not.
Armor class of 2. Yes, that does hit.
That does hit you. Okay, great. So this thing like rakes you with a couple of claws for 4 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay, I'm down to 14.
And it's like this, and you're looking right in the face of this, what looks like a man but just like with this pained expression on his face, and his mouth opens just a little bit too wide. And let's see. So Torsten gets missed, and let's see. Mizgit and Dietrich both have a -2 armor class penalty at this point from running.
Oh,
And these things hit armor class 1 and 0.
Ouch.
Are either of you that good?
Nope.
Okay.
no.
So Dietrich takes, oh man, 5 points of damage.
Oh,
And
Oh, you're
Mizgit
killing me.
also takes 5. Mizgit also takes 5 points of damage. A couple of the other men are also like just screaming, you know, one guy's like, get him off me, get him off me. And let's see, what about Boog?
Run
Boog
away.
does not, Boog does not, oh, wait, maybe he does get hit.
He's gonna be
Yeah,
the
he
only one
does.
left alive.
Holy mackerel, Boog gets hit. And Boog takes 5. Holy crap.
First for everything.
B-U-G spells Boog.
Hmm.
All right. That's initiative time again.
All right, here we go.
come on. Let's see it.
4.
They're on a 3. They're on a
Oh,
3. So what do you do?
Back to the hell you
Oh.
came from. And I'm gonna smite one with my axe. See what happens with the axe. Survey
Ew.
says, ugh, there's a 6 hits armor class. 8. Ugh, I think I missed.
You did miss.
Yeah.
Torsten Wolf Rider?
Yep, I'm attacking one with my sword. I saw that it clawed Arngrim, so that gives me hope that they can be cut as well. So that's 16 plus 3, 19, armor class -2.
And Jose's in the house. Yes, that hits.
Nice.
6 hits.
Okay, cool. And the thing dissipates as soon as your sword goes through it, like completely dissipates.
Awesome.
All right, and let's see. Mizgit,
I'm gonna swing my axe.
I hit it with my axe.
Yes.
Hit it like you mean it.
Oh, there it is.
Survey says that looks good.
Armor class do you hit?
14. Not great. 4.
Yep. Oh, that
I'm
hits.
doing. Yeah.
And you do
Really?
4 points of damage? Is it just 4?
Yep. Yep. Just
Okay,
4.
cool.
I don't think I have any bonuses. No.
Okay. Excellent.
You know, with all the brouhaha regarding Thaco the Clown, I decided to look up Thaco again. And it's the easiest thing in the world. It's just
Oh yeah.
remember your number, roll, add your modifiers, take Thaco, subtract whatever you roll plus modifiers. That's the armor class you hit.
Oh, yeah.
So
Dietrich.
Okay.
You don't start like that.
I had 1 of 3. That hits, right? Or no? AC of 3?
Oh, it hits 8. Yeah, absolutely. That hits.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, the axe, that's the first time I ever hit anything, I think. This is like
In all the games we played
uncanny.
together.
Right.
It probably he's probably not lying, man.
You got to get new dice, man.
I've got like a bucket full, man. Axe is a D4.
No. I think the axe is D6 or D8.
D6.
Unless,
It's not written down for some reason. Okay, it's a D6. Okay, a 4.
okay. Then the thing dissipates as soon as you hit it. Poof. Just like completely, like a puff of smoke. All right. And let's see. Boog. Does Boog hit it? Boog does not hit it. I'm so disappointed in Boog. In the meantime, a bunch of other
He's slipping.
fellows are attempting to hit these things as well, because they seem to be all around everybody. And let's see, you got 1, 2, 4. Pocket full of dice. Ooh, cool. some of these guys hit him, and you can see like every time a man hits one of these things, it just disappears in this poof. You know, 19, that's 20. Okay, cool. Excellent. So I believe it's their turn. The good news is you hit all these things and they dissipated in poofs of smoke, which is awesome. The bad news is they seem to like reform.
Oh no!
I knew you was gonna rematerialize.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
This is, and you know, it's not like they kind of they sort of reform, but they sort of come out of the wall or ceiling or something like that, or just kind of spin in front of you, and you know, it's pretty awful. And some of the guys are shrieking. Is there morale
For us, I
for
think
you?
you mean.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
All right, so we're gonna go with Dietrich first, who does not get hit. You know, so you can calm down. Mizgit, who does not get hit. Arngrim, who does not get hit. Torsten Wolfrider, who does not get hit. This what the hell? I'm retiring that D20. Thanks. Yeah.
Barbecue.
It's freaking perfect plastic taste. All right, and let's see. What about Boog? Boog actually gets hit again.
Oh, Boog. Oh,
Boog takes another 5 points.
Oh,
He's
no.
not dead, but he's like, you know, screaming
He's like-
as this thing is.
He's got
There's
like
more
what,
in
three hit points left or something.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Oh,
And
Boog.
actually, I think Boog might have more hit points than Dietrich. Dietrich does actually. I rolled pretty well for him. And let's see. All right. Lair ends up taking a few hit points. And let's see how many other guys. A couple guys actually go down with these things like all over them. It seems like once a person goes down, then like just more of these things appear at it and just start to grab them. And you can see these men, which are like now almost like clearly corpses, and you can see them just being dragged back towards the direction of that the room that you came out of. And they're being dragged. You're seeing like bloody streaks by several of the
Whose bright
creatures.
idea was this?
All right.
Does Mizgit and Dietrich, do they have any shields?
Yeah, I have a shield.
All right.
Oh,
So initiative
Initiative time.
3.
1. You guys are lucky.
So I yelled, "Form the shield wall! Fighting retreat!" And I sort of tried to, lock shields with the guys and see if we can retreat, because we're gonna get screwed here.
Yeah.
3 or more large shield users overlap their shields in close order. They each gain +2 AC bonus versus melee and +4 AC bonus versus missile. That is to say, the normal large shield defense modifiers are doubled. You can move
And I
at
get no
speed.
shield.
You can attack.
Do either of you have a shield?
I don't. I just got that net.
I do have a shield. I'm going through my stuff. I don't
I got
know
a
if it's
spear and a net.
a large shield.
If we don't got a legit shield wall maneuver, then we can just pretend.
Okay.
We'll just do it for the
probably
looks.
has a shield. Book has a shield. Why not?
Why not?
I'll give you guys a +1 AC bonus
All
just
right.
for doing that,
We'll take it. And then we're
And
going to try a fighting retreat, which Jim just kindly read out loud for us. And here it is. Backpedaling. Half movement, continue to fight and defend, which I think is what we're going to do.
Yeah, I have a small shield with that.
Okay.
So
And some of these,
it doesn't
That's
really do
right.
anything, right? The fighting withdrawal doesn't really do anything.
It lets us move as we fight. without
As we
getting
fight,
Yeah.
attack
which is
opportunity,
exactly. So that's
which is
basically
what we want.
right. And we got a +1 to AC, so that'll work.
Yeah.
And so on this round, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stow my axe and draw the hammer. That's what I'm going to do.
Dude. Yeah.
And as he does
Let's
that,
go, hammer time.
I'm gonna attack a couple of them. I got 2 attacks this round
okay.
with my broadsword. Okay, I got armor class 5.
Yep, that hits.
And armor class 0.
Well, that hits.
Okay. So do I need to roll damage or do they just vanish on getting hit?
Well, we roll damage.
Okay. Okay, one of them takes 9 points and the other one takes 8 points.
Oh man, Jose is in the house. All right, yeah, and they do disappear. All right, who else is attacking at this point in the shield wall?
Oh man.
Shield. Oh.
Don't come on, man.
Hmm.
Don't sound so sad.
No, ain't squat. 6.
What's that?
Oh my god, that's even worse. No, I hit the AC of 6, and the second one wasn't even on the chart. Roll 2.
Okay, no,
Very
you
nice.
actually hit him with an AC of 6.
Nice.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can do damage.
Okay. A 6.
Oh, okay, nice. Cool. Biscuit?
It just rematerializes right behind us. I think we need to get back to back, fellas. Are we going down a corridor?
Yeah,
We're trying to move, right?
It's like 2 abreast, 2 of us behind, because they're going to pop up right behind us. is what
We
we've
could do
seen.
that, sure. Why not? But we got to
Let's get
keep
it.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever we do, keep moving. Yeah.
So I still
It's kinda
get full swing even
torch.
though we're doing the shield wall.
I believe so, yeah. You got
Okay.
a small shield.
Okay. Oh, that was supposed to be both of them. This is the more important one. All right.
Oh, yes. That's a good
AC
roll.
1
Oh, yeah.
and damage of 3.
All right. Yeah.
I do have
Cool.
a damage bonus.
All righty. Nifty. Cool. And the hammer.
I can I attack this round or?
Oh, because you had to switch
Because I was
weapons.
changing
Yeah, he's
weapons.
switching,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, much to Jose's chagrin.
you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, these are the
Is it
games
a
where
two-handed
takes
hammer?
it takes you 10 seconds to draw a weapon. It's like I can imagine the elevator music while you unholster your pistol.
Is it a two-handed?
The girl from Ipanema.
Because that is what is playing in every elevator.
Right.
All right, so 2 of these fellas actually managed to hit. They're kind of freaking out. They're trying to imitate you and make this shield wall. And it's their turn. But the good thing is you have an armor class bonus. So once again, the Misket. Well, let's see, Misket, they hit an armor class of 2.
That hits me.
Okay. And let's see. You take 3 points of damage. Dietrich.
I'm cursing Knowles the whole time.
No, they do not hit Dietrich.
Dang, that's good.
Gotta change this D20. They do not hit Armgrim.
Yes, the gloss rake on your shield. It's like,
Yeah. And Torsten Wolf. No, they don't hit Torsten. What the hell's wrong with my dice?
nice. The
Are
shield
they-
wall
they-
that's
they don't-
protecting
Hold on.
us.
No,
They
no, it's still
don't.
would've
They
got
don't hit Boog. They don't hit Boog. But 2 more guys actually end up getting hit. They're not dead, but they're just hit.
It just- yeah.
Okay, it's initial
right.
time.
5.
6.
All right.
Oh man, you're killing me, Smalls.
Knowles, you good for nothing wizard. Where are you?
I know. Is there any light whatsoever in here? Is it pitch black or
Yeah,
what?
we got
Oh,
the
the guys,
torch.
the guys,
and,
the
yeah.
guys have torches. Yeah, they're not super happy about that.
Good
let's
thing
see.
because Knowles left, right? And he has
Yeah.
the light source.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so Nisget takes 2. And Torsten
Uh-oh.
takes 2
Okay.
points of damage. Boog does not get hit. And a couple more guys get hit. One actually gets hit up to the point where he falls down, and once he gets dragged right out of the shield wall. by these things, and still is alive and screaming as he gets pulled back towards this room that you're in, and they seem to go very fast once they start pulling him.
Oh,
And he's like his fingers are scraping the ground.
Right.
He's screaming.
We got the Star Wars scream.
Yeah, no.
all right. Hammer time.
Yes, get it.
That's armor class 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that hits.
Yeah.
That is.
And so it's 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 points of
Okay.
damage.
All right, excellent. So, boom.
Magic damage.
Yeah. Do we
This
get a
thing,
little
like,
bit
it's
of
good. Oh, yeah.
lightning sparkles while I
Hopefully the lightning bolt travels from one.
Oh,
Yeah.
a little bit of arc lightning there?
There's a little bit
There
of a
you go.
charge, as
Yeah.
you go right through this thing and hit the wall. When you hit the wall, there's like a little bit of like, lightning crack, and like you can see cracks in the
We're
wall. From where you
screwed.
hit it,
Nice.
So you definitely do some damage to this thing. Yeah, the thing and the wall, and
Nice.
it poofs out of existence. All right. Anything
I'll attack
else?
another one. That's where stepping back. That's no, that's not good. That's 6. That's armor class 11. So I don't think I hit.
Nope. Wrong edition, man. Dietrich, Misket, what do you got?
Not a damn
Hit
thing.
5. Hit 1 of 5.
Armor class of 5. Okay,
AC
go
of
ahead.
5.
Damage, man. Damage.
That's 4.
4 points of damage. Okay, cool. And these things are getting hit and then rematerializing again. But let's see who else is going to attack. Boog. Does Boog hit? That good for nothing bastard. He doesn't. He must be freaked out. That's why it's Boog gets armor class 7.
We need him now more than ever.
It's very sad. Okay, a couple of these guys actually managed to hit, and ooh, man, cool. These things just disappear once again as they're being hit, and it is initiative time once again. Then the men are freaking out.
Yes.
They got a 4 this time.
What's in that pink cloud?
Yes. All right. Well, stop. Hammer time. Come on. I need a 20. Where's my die? Here we go. Come on. Here's a 20. Come on. Oh,
Go.
did you see it? It sort of went like this. Boom.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That is armor
Horseshoes and hand
class,
grenades, baby.
armor class 7.
Doesn't hit.
That hits. It's a hit. Okay, so it's
No, doesn't hit. Does not
It
hit.
doesn't
does
hit.
not
Doesn't hit.
Okay.
The 6 is the, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, so 6 hits, so we know. All right. So I'm attacking 2 of them.
Oh, this is near double rounds, or you don't get
Yeah.
doubles, Arngrim.
No,
I
because it's
don't
not-
because I'm not proficient with a hammer.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Whenever
That's
we level up, I guess that's my next proficiency. So,
With the giant blacksmith's hammer.
I like how you chose win and not if.
if we level up, yeah. I'm an optimist at heart.
I got one for armor class 3 and one for armor class 2.
Yeah, that hits.
So one of them takes 7 hits, the other one takes 6.
Okay. Nice. And when Torsten hits the second one, all of them disappear.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We had to find the right one.
So
I'm still
Sounds like
swinging
it's-
wildly, right?
Yeah.
The torches are wavering. I don't know what I'm fighting. And then
Yeah. And you're not the only one. There's other men just looking around all over the place, looking for where the next one's coming out of.
swinging at nothing, and you're like, what the?
By the cold gods of the steppe. What the hell were those?
Dead come to guard their treasure, I think.
We traveled far away enough to
McReady,
to leave us alone.
how many of your men yet live? Because it's all dark, right? So we're only seeing some
Yeah.
pools of
Big
light.
Ready even with us?
Oh yeah.
Because I think
He's with you.
Nall's. Where's that Nall's best?
Nobody's. I don't know where he went off to. Last time I saw him, he disappeared. And also, having the. McRae's having the men sound off. And let's see. And finally, when it's all done, between there's him and Blair, and there's 11 men out of 20 that just landed not so long ago.
Well, I hope you stuffed your pockets well, because we're not going back there. Let's go back, see if we can find Knowles.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I stuffed my pockets. I don't know about you.
I think we should get back to the ship.
I stepped
exactly,
a
Right.
lot more than my pockets.
Yeah. So let's start heading back following Misket's markings.
Yeah.
You managed to take the twists and turns back from this passageway back to that larger room that you entered when you kind of finally came to the bottom of the stairs.
Mhm.
And once you're there, Knowles is there waiting for you.
I'm sure he was.
I'll charge him.
You got to charge them.
I mean, I know this is futile, but I'm charging him.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing is you can't die. So that's great. You're the perfect guy to go
You're
charge him.
charging Knowles. Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome. I think
I'm taking 2 steps forward and I see him pass me. Oh, geez.
So I guess you should roll initiative. What's your intention when charging Knowles?
I don't really know. It's really kind of a rage thing. Like, I'm just pissed
Tackle
off
him.
that he exists right now. And I'm okay if he doesn't.
Okay. It's time to roll initiative.
3.
3. 2.
Oh,
I'm gonna shoulder check him with my shield.
Shoulder check him with your shield. Okay, well, roll that.
A shield dash. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm rolling a
Oh,
d6
no.
for that. Oh, Jesus.
oh, geez. Not good.
Charge
Not
him.
good.
What was that?
Good.
I think that like an AC of 14. I think is what that is.
So Knowles managed to deftly get out of your way. Maybe it's just because you don't normally shoulder check people with your shield. I'm not really sure. All right. And let's see. So let's see. Ooh, right, with no saving throw allowed. Wow. How about that?
Oh.
No.
All righty. So
Oh.
Knowles, as he definitely slips out of your way, he gets this look of like anger on his face, puts out his hands, and like just this frost starts to spray out all over Mizgit. And
Oh, geez.
Knowles takes, or Mizgit takes. Oh man, oh that's bad. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus. And no chance to save.
No chance to save.
It's
So
a-
he takes
hold on
it
for
takes
one
it takes it takes 14 points of damage.
Ouch.
It's extremely cold.
That puts me down to -1.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So Mizgit just like falls to the floor and he's like a popsicle.
Yeah, frozen.
Shatters.
Yeah, but that's okay. He's got the ring thing.
It doesn't shatter.
He doesn't shatter. Yeah,
I
that's
know.
good. It's like Mizgit, damn it, Knowles, wait.
And Knowles looks up and says, I believe I've found the way. Somebody carry him.
And turns around. Yeah.
Turns around and
Yeah.
points this other
wait,
passage.
this motherfucker? No, I'm not dead.
No, you're not dead. We'll go check on I'll go check on Mizgit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks
We
We have to
he
get
looks
Boo to
bad.
give you mouth to mouth.
I don't know what first aid would look like.
He's
for
really
this. Yeah.
blue. You remember that scene in
You
The
gotta
Fifth
warm him
Element where the Corbin Dallas remembers that he put like his superior officer in the refrigerator And he opens it back up, and they go, "That's kind of what he looks like." I forget that actor's name. You know, that's like, not quite frozen, but pretty bad. You know.
Oh no. Get a blanket. We'll rub his arms and
Give him a rub down.
give him a rub down. Yeah, we're trying to get him warm, right?
And also, in the meantime, was already starting like, if you want him, carry him. We need to go.
Is he walking down a different corridors?
Yeah, we ignore him for now. You know, we'll follow.
Yeah.
If he waits. So, you know, this is the time that we live for, guys. This is where we grab some spears from some of the NPCs.
Say it with me.
Travois.
To make a travois.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this the first travois we've made in this campaign?
I think so.
I think,
Is it?
Is it?
Oh no, it's
no,
not.
I think we made it
Yeah, it
one
was for
way
Miska
back
too.
when.
We
Yeah.
carried it, and it was from a horse, right? It was
From a
like
horse, yeah, legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did one on Mars, I think, and one
No,
here.
yeah, but we did one here. But I think one here. This was an NPC you guys took on the last travois.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, Dietrich is not the guy on the travois. It's
Right.
Miska.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the first.
So we bundle him up with blankets and make sure he's got a pulse and still breathing and stuff. And unfortunately for Boog, he's got to carry the travois.
So messed up.
Well, I guess we could split it with, he can hold the torch in one arm, the travois in the other, and I'll hold one edge of the
Torch in his
travois
mouth.
and I guess I'll keep the hammer for now. Because we've seen
Okay,
some
dokie.
strange stuff going on.
Now, are we going upstairs?
No, he's
No.
still
The
down.
spiral
We're
staircase?
still down. He just found another
Okay.
different entrance.
Is that when we get out of here? Okay. This better be the right place, Knowles. Anyway, if he glances at me, I'll divert my eyes real quick.
Yeah, a glance.
You know what?
gives
You know
a
what?
lot.
I'll walk up to one of the sailors and say, "You help our clansmen carry this wounded man."
Is he going to do it?
If he
Roll your
objects,
charisma.
yeah,
He looks at you, then looks
Yeah.
at McCready. McCready sort of
Yeah.
nods. He looks back.
yeah, okay. Because my riposte is, well, if you're not going to carry him, you take point.
Right.
Yes.
And he's gonna be like, yeah, okay, I guess I can
Right.
carry the stretcher.
So the older man
Mhm.
with the lotus stained teeth grabs the other part and helps.
The lotus bunny
Yeah.
rabbit.
In fact, that guy's still alive for some strange reason.
Nice. So I'll go up and take point again. Yeah.
Okay.
He thinks this whole adventure's an hallucination.
Yeah, but Miskat's got the ring, man. He can't die. Doesn't he have like the ring that regenerates him or something?
Right.
It keeps me alive.
Right.
Keeps you
Exactly.
alive, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I necessarily was want to be, but it keeps me there.
So once again, Knowles takes you through twists and turns, and it starts to go further down at one point, and then actually there starts to be stairs leading up and spiraling back up a little bit. Not quite as far as it was when you guys actually came down. So you don't believe you're getting to ground level, but probably at this point where he's like, I believe here. And he points this passageway that's going off the staircase, even though it continues to spiral up. And cast this light thing again when it starts to wear off. Says some mumbo jumbo, some arcane words. Once again, his staff lights up. Yes, this door.
Boog.
Oh, Boog, no. The sailors. It's like, you want us to stand before the door, you open it. Assuming it pulls outward, right? If it pulls inward, then I guess Torsten and I will push it with our shoulders and stand ready to fight.
Right.
Is it a green door again?
It is.
I wonder
But
what's
it says
behind the green door.
And, carved on the door are just like awful looking creatures. Things we've never actually seen before. Horrid. But it's a test of strength.
Creatures.
Test of strength.
Test of strength. D6.
Test or feet?
Or is it D12? No,
no,
it's
it
a
test
test.
is D6.
Oh,
Test is D6. Feet is percent.
Feet is
Percentile.
percentage. Yeah.
So I gotta roll 3 or under.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll do it. I got a 5 on 6, and that's a 2, so I can.
I rolled a 2 as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we both.
two of us shoulder the door.
And it's a heavy door. It hasn't been opened in quite some time. And when you open the door, you can see it's a large, like octagonal room, and within it is this dais. And there is, in fact, this grapefruit size orb, like it's actually floating above the dais, and it's shining out this pale white light. And you can see on this pale white light, there's, from that pale white light, you can see there's a bunch of statues of what looks like Hyperboreans in this circle around it. And Null's eyes get like really wide. Yes. He's like pushing guys aside. Get walking into the room. And he's like, after this time, all this time, the orb shall be mine. And he's like, he prostrates himself before the orb, and he starts saying words you don't understand. And every once in a while, he says, asking that he be found worthy. I'm starting to do this kind of like long ritual thing, a ritual looking thing. What?
I glanced at Biscuit while I was doing this.
Biscuit seems to be sort of
Regaining
out.
consciousness. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
out.
yeah. He's frozen.
Yep.
Yeah. He's frozen dinner.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's been, you've been going for a little while, so Biscuit's actually regained about 6 hit points.
Oh, okay.
He's been going down these halls for about an hour.
Nice.
We can't understand the language, and he seems. Oh man.
What are you guys doing?
I'm hanging back near the doorway, right? I'm eyeing the statues and looking at the thing because we don't like
Keeping
magic,
watch, yeah.
right? Yeah. So I got my shield in front of me and the hammer in my hand. It's like, well, if he isn't found worthy, and we get to go home a lot sooner.
And Knowles stands up, approaches the dais, grabs this orb and pulls it off. And it's like, yes, finally the orb of Halagnar. And his voice starts to get more high pitched. Almost, like you wouldn't know what inhaling helium sounds like, but it's almost like that. And he's just shouting like, with his back to you, the power, the
I'm starting to draw my bow and arrow and notch one and at the ready. I'm just nervous. And him and around the area, and I'm looking at the statues for what we've just been through, but I don't really realize what's going on. But anyway.
I nudge Thorsten and we step back out of the room, right? Like we're standing in the doorway, but outside
I'm
the
taking
room,
steps
right?
back too.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what's going on, but.
And you can see almost like the back of Nolz's head starts to kind of like wrinkle up a little bit like a raisin. But not exactly, but like, and he turns around with the orb. You can see his whole face is kind of like sunken in, and his eyes have gotten really wide. It's almost got this sort of skeletal look, and his skin's become sort of like translucent but like sort of like caving in on itself. And
I tell Argrim, I don't think he was worthy.
The power, and he said, "But we must feed." And this beam zips out of this orb, hits one of the sailors, who starts screaming and starts to like shrivel.
Oh no!
I'm melting.
Time to run.
At that time, I'll let go. More of a shock and surprise. I'll let go of the arrow that I've notched.
Cool. Roll the hit.
Primed on him. Okay.
Oh my God.
Marty, help me. Okay, that's 20, Bo. Well, a plus.
20?
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
armor class?
Well, I mean, sorry. It hits 0.
Hit 0. Oh, but you roll natural 20?
No, I mean a -1. Sorry, -1.
Did you roll natural 20?
No.
You didn't.
No, with the plus on it. No, I didn't do a
okay.
natural.
Okay, all right. Because I believe the nat 20 is when you hit go to the critical hit table. If I recall correctly.
Shoot, I wish it was.
Okay.
Yeah, we could really use that right about now.
And I believe arrows
Yeah.
are
If,
D6.
if it actually
It's
has
just
any
3.
effect.
3 points of damage.
Yeah.
And so the arrow just sinks. I mean, boom, like it's not even like a slight hit. The thing sinks right into
Right
Nelson's
in.
chest.
And nothing happens.
Well, you hit him. There's an arrow sticking out of him now, and he's still got this look of glee on his face as
Yeah,
this
he's
man
just
is.
a vessel now.
Yeah, as this man is just shriveling, and finally falls to the ground like a husk of a person, and he looks at you. I was like, the hunger we must feed.
Okay, so we got a choice here, guys.
Get the hell out.
Get the hell out or fight him because he's coming right after us, right? And he can teleport. So I don't know
The power.
if we try to take him down here.
Well, the good thing about here is that there's a lot of targets, right, for him, for the beam. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also there's also a lot of energy sources for him.
For him, true. Well, that's good because he doesn't necessarily attack us. He can feed from a.
all right, let's do
by the way, the barbarians among you, that sense.
Yeah,
the magic
It's going off. It's going off
it's
like
going off like
gangbusters,
crazy.
bad place, bad place, bad place. This is bad. Yeah.
And actually, if we're gonna fight him, then that's it. It's like I tell Arngrim, smash the orb, and I go for the wizard.
All right.
So
Initiative?
Okay.
Or
That
are
sounds like
we-
initiative.
yeah.
That sounds like initiative. Yeah. You got a 6. Wow. Okay, he only has a 4.
Stop.
Oh, man.
Hammer time.
Smack the orb.
Yes! Yes!
You rolled a 20.
Yes! And a 10!
Oh, yes.
And a 10 on
20
top of that.
and a
Yes.
10. Oh,
Get some. Get some.
You've got to be kidding me.
What'd you hit him for? A -4?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
like
you
armor
gotta
class,
be kidding me.
negative,
What's your bonuses on?
-5 armor class.
Well, what's you got to roll on the critical hit table now? Isn't there a critical hit table? Yeah.
So
that's-
technically, that's a 13 damage.
Yeah,
Plus,
but he was
Thirteen
plus the
damage.
lightning and the stuff.
Wait,
Right?
were
Yeah.
you attacking the orb like I said, or were you attacking?
Well, yeah,
the
we kind of said attack the orb. So
Yeah, no,
that's sort of-
I assume where you attack the orb.
Be pissed.
But
Yeah, even
there
if
was
even if there was
lightning the
negative,
last
you
time I
still hit
rolled a 20. So
It was- there
critical
was
hit for a fighter. Roll a 1d6.
Yeah, roll 1d6. Yeah.
what
Roll
is
high.
this? Do I need to roll a
It's
1d6?
like-
Critical
Yeah,
hit.
yeah, yeah.
Critical hit. Yeah, critical hit.
1.
1d6. So plus 2 damage.
Okay.
So it's 15 points of
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
All right.
15 points of damage plus
Cool.
whatever
Plus-
else happens.
Plus lightning.
Plus lightning. So there's this. It's one of
Really
those
just
things
like
you're not
static.
really sure if it's a really loud sound or like where the sound gets sucked out of the room. It's one of those
Right.
moments where the hammer hits the orb like dead on, like perfectly, and there's like bolts of lightning like cascading out of the hammer, and just like a couple of them just blow these statues to bits,
Nice.
as they hit this thing, and the orb like smashes into like just a zillion pieces.
Okay, this is where Torsten lights a cigar. I love it when a plan comes together.
I cannot believe you rolled 20 attacking.
I can't either, but this is why we have a dice cam.
This
Yep.
was exactly what we planned.
Exactly what we planned.
Okay, well, anyhow,
Full
Torsten,
damage.
what
I'm going to
were you
leave it
doing?
there again for
I was
Pistorius.
gonna attack the wizard. So that's 20.
No way.
Shut the front door.
Well, roll the critical hit table now. I mean, you definitely hit him.
All right. So I got a 3 on the critical hit table, so that's double damage.
Okay.
So that's a total of 14 hits on the wizard.
Oh man. So you slam into the wizard. And, oh, that's amazing. Okay.
Farmer's blood, you die, you bastard.
Anybody else doing anything?
Oh, you know what? I might as well get in
Sure.
on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm awake now.
You are awake.
Not nearly as cool. No. Just
Well, you're still
no.
stiff from the cold.
Come on,
right?
everybody
Yeah.
has to roll like
Yeah, it's
20.
difficult.
The plan was
Everybody roll a
420.
20.
You guys have to cooperate.
And Dietrich, are you doing anything? This is exactly.
Oh man. I mean, after that, probably
Can
in
you not
shock.
get caught up in the moment, in the emotions of it?
I hit an AC of 4.
Okay, you hit him.
I hit him. Okay. And that is 5. 5
5
points
points of
damage.
damage altogether. Okay. So that's. Oh man, let me see what. Let me just double check one thing. And let's see.
I'll let that one go.
Somebody should roll for Boog. Boog should be attacking this guy too.
I'll roll.
Great.
I'll roll. So Boog's got a spear, or yeah, it's probably a D6 thing, right?
He's got whatever
Okay.
kind of weapon he wants now, really.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah, in that horde,
so he hits an armor class of 3,
Okay, no, he definitely hits.
and for 5 hits.
Oof. Okay.
I'm saying he has a battle axe right now.
Right. I gotcha. Okay.
He wants to be like Armgrim when he grows up.
All right. One thing. Double check one thing here.
That was freaking awesome at 20.
I know, man. 220.
And the 10 on the die.
And the 10 on the die is like,
If you had just rolled a 3 on the critical dice, you would have
Yeah.
done 26 points of
All
damage.
right.
Jeez.
Okay. So exactly how does Boog kill him?
oh, yes.
All right. So I'm guessing that what happened was that as the thing shatters, Torsten starts hacking at the guy, and Misgood comes in with his axe and hits him like in the kidney. And when he starts turning around, Boog brains him
oh, that
with the battle
tickles.
axe.
Axe to the forehead. Yeah.
Brains him with the battle axe.
I'll shoot him in the thigh.
Yeah, and he goes down. There's just like,
Yeah, shoot him in the knee. Yeah.
I was gonna say you got to hit him in the knee.
yeah. And after that, there's like just stunned silence. Like just the guys behind you are just like,
And we're all like,
That's what adrenaline can do.
I kind of look at McCready with all the disgust I feel for him right after he tricked us, and I say, "You have a problem with this?"
yeah. I spit to the side. Said, I never
with
liked
blood
wizards
dripping from the
anyway.
sword.
Then I never liked them in the first place.
let's get to this ship.
Yes.
That was
I think that's a
awesome.
good end for the session. Yeah.
Let's get to the ship. I like it.
Awesome.
This
That
thing
is
worked.
hilarious. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
me
those
too.
things are cool.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I know I'm
That-
still like not on my A game. Just I'm like, but like I thought about like if Noels get this orb, like, okay, well I'm thinking about what was going to happen because he's going to start to try to suck the life out of people, and never did I think for a second that you'd have the hammer and hit it with it, and never mind rolling the 20. I'm like, oh my god.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's like, please, I need a 20. We need a lightning bolt
Yeah.
here to help, please.
Well,
Yeah.
just the fact that you planned that hammer without knowing that there would be a guy with Cimmerian blood and a strength of 18 in the party, that is
Yeah.
awesome. That is like, poetic coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I just can't believe that. Like, that was like Lich territory right there. It was just, and like instead.
And way at the beginning, I rolled a 20 and at another dramatically appropriate moment.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is at this time.
It was another big bad.
But it was another big bad, and it's like we were getting screwed, and I just wailed into it. I think it was one of the monsters.
That's when we were rescuing. Oh yeah, one of the giants. The giants that were chasing us.
It's something
in the
like
forest.
that. And it's like a 20.
But definitely, I love it when a plan comes together.
I think you rolled 20 here too. Hold on, let me get rid of this background. I think you rolled a 20 in here.
That's what I'm saying. I think
or-
it's one of the summoned monsters or something. Tried to
Oh
attack
yeah,
us.
you beat the monster back into the portal.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I got a pooch scraping at the door that he wants to go outside. So if I get back, otherwise.
Yeah, no, I gotta run too. But that was fun.
That was
awesome.
Great.
I just can't believe you did that. I thought you guys would be like just screwed.
Yeah.
If that happened, I was like, oh man, if he gets that thing, it's gonna be pretty bad. And like literally, first round, boom.
Yeah. That's the awesome thing about the dice camps, where you can see the roll and everybody just goes, because that's the feeling at home of playing at home, right? The dice on the table and everybody just screams and jumps up, and it's great. That was amazing. Somehow we survived yet again.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was easily TPK.
Yeah.
Easily.
You have no idea. That was easily TPK. I was like,
oh my goodness.
That's awesome. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun.
Excellent.
Go to bed, but I'll
yes.
Do I have to stop the broadcast?